Will this space still feel good 10 years later? A new space gets too much credit. Fresh finishes, clean glass, new lights, new furniture, everything is on its best behavior. Give it 10 years and then ask this question: was it good design or was it just new? Because a lot of spaces look beautiful in the beginning, but that does not tell you enough. A freshly completed home, cleaned, stylized, photographed, and shown at the right angles, will almost always impress you. The problem is that you do not live inside a photograph, you live inside repetition. You return to the same room every day. You see the same wall, the same textures, and maybe the same lights, and almost the same details. What felt exciting in the very first week can start feeling loud. What felt dramatic can become tiring. And what felt really fashionable can begin to look trapped in the air it was made. So when I look at a space, I'm not only asking, does this look beautiful now? I'm asking, what will remain when this novelty is gone? Now that's a very different question. People often use the word timeless, but I think that word has become lazy. Timeless does not mean beige. It does not mean safe. And it certainly does not mean removing risk until nothing is left. A boring space does not age well. Just because it is boring, it only becomes old quietly. A space ages well when its deeper decisions are stronger than its first impression. The proportion is right, the light is handled well, the material can take use, and the plan supports real life. There is enough order for the space to feel settled and enough depth for it not to feel dead. Now, that balance is difficult. Too much order becomes lifeless, and too much drama becomes exhausting. And this is where many expensive spaces fail. They put all their confidence in the fastest things, the feature wall, the imported finish, the expensive chandelier, the texture and the lighting effect. The thing everyone notices in the very first 5 seconds. Fine, let it be noticed. But what if that is where the entire design lives? Be very careful because surfaces age fast, trends age fast, novelty ages fastest. The slower things will always matter more. How you enter, how one room leads to another, whether the morning light is kind or is it harsh, whether the material looks better with touch or starts looking nervous the moment real life enters, whether the house can absorb a little mess, a little change, a little imperfection without losing itself. That is the real test. In metropolitan cities today, we all know that spaces that looked very impressive on the possession day. Big, shiny lobbies, dramatic lights, some wall texture doing just too much of work. 10 years later, the drama is still there, but unfortunately, the freshness is gone. And then you realize that the space was not aging, it was just expiring. That is not always about bad maintenance. Sometimes it is because the design had no deeper strength once the newness disappeared. Now look at something like say the Triveni Kala Sangam in New Delhi. It is not a place that survives because it is trying to be spectacular. Its strength is quieter. The courtyard, the scale, the shaded movement, the way the galleries, the cafe, the rehearsals in the open areas, and all people all belong to the same world. You can go there for an exhibition, for a class, for a performance, for a conversation, just to have a cup of coffee or just to sit. And the building allows all of it without shouting over any of it. That is not fashion. Now that is spatial intelligence. And that is precisely why some spaces keep on living. A space ages well when the things that made it good was never only the thing that made it noticeable. The most important decisions are almost invisible. The width of a passage, the height of a window, the quiet distance between public and private areas. Such things may not get a dramatic reaction in the first visit, but they're often the reason a space feels right, even years later. So if you are building or renovating, do not ask only whether the design impresses you. Ask whether it can survive contact with real life. Will this material become better with use or merely older? Will the layouts support the family after the first party, the first year, the first change in their routine? Will the space allow life to evolve or will it punish every change? Beauty at the beginning is not rare. The real achievement is a space that keeps earning its place in your life. So before you ask, is this design beautiful? Ask something more serious. Will I still want to live with this 10 years later? A good space has to keep giving something back long after the first impression is gone.